Most tea ceremonies in Kyoto are just stage performances for tourists, but this is a private home. Today, I'm taking you into a local tea master's actual tea ceremony room to show you an authentic side of Japan you won't find on Get Your Guide. During my last trip to Japan, I got invited by the Women's Association of Kyoto, or WAC Japan for short, to participate in a tea ceremony in a local tea master's home. They connect travelers with locals like our host Yumiko to support women's businesses in Kyoto and promote traditional Japanese art forms. Supporting local businesses is very dear to my heart, and if you are the kind of traveler who prefers supporting locals over big tour buses, type Team Local in the comments below so I know I'm not alone here. We were greeted by our interpreter Marika, who welcomed us into her friend Yumiko's machiya, a traditional Kyoto townhouse. These are becoming rare, so just being inside one is a privilege. Unlike any commercial shop where you're just a ticket, we were warmly welcomed into the house. Yumiko and Marika sat us down in the living room and offered us a cup of tea. They introduced themselves and showed us photos of Yumiko's family, explaining a little about her life. Yumiko isn't just a tea master, she's actually very skilled in origami. She greeted my daughter with a paper crane, a symbol of longevity and hospitality, and a paper snail. Chloe was fascinated with them, and this is the essence of omotenashi, Japanese hospitality, making all guests feel welcomed before tea is even poured. Being able to connect with a local in their home like this was really special, as the Japanese are notoriously shy about welcoming strangers into their homes. Next, it was time to move to the fitting room, because a tea ceremony is a sacred tradition and you don't just walk into a tea room in shorts. Part of the ritual is the transformation. My husband and I were each fitted one at a time. First, my husband decided to go with the traditional blue outfit.
I wish I could wear this every day.
And that's
Yeah?
Yeah,
You want to buy one and wear this at home?
it's so nice.
They have pyjama style kimono, you know?
Really?
Yeah?
We call yukata.
Yukata, yeah.
I would love that so much.
Kimonos have many different layers. It's not just dress up. Each layer serves a specific purpose, holding the whole outfit together. It's also designed to restrict your movements. It forces you to slow down, to take smaller steps, and to be conscious of your posture. It literally changes how you move through the space. While we got ready, I tried to remember all the strict etiquette rules I've talked about before on this channel. I'll show you the link in the top right corner above. But honestly, in a private home, the atmosphere is much more forgiving. Next, it was my turn to be fitted. They only had one option which fit me, a furisode, which is a kimono with long sleeves traditionally worn by unmarried women. So technically, as a mother and wife, I shouldn't be wearing it at all. Which type of kimono would you have picked? Let me know in the comment section below.
And before the woman used to wear this every day? Wow. It's dedication.
In the end, it took 30 minutes to put this kimono on me, and I'm amazed at the patience that Marika has.
Do you know origami?
Yes.
So I make the knot on your back like origami.
Oh.
After helping me put on my kimono, Marika did my hair, and even Chloe's. Then it was time for a quick photo session while Yumiko prepared the tea room for the tea ceremony. I'm amazed at how much patience Marika showed Chloe during this photo session. The photos became a cherished family souvenir of our trip. Then Yumiko signaled that the tea room was ready. In a traditional ceremony, this is where you leave the entire world behind, which is obviously not always easy when you have a toddler. But Marika did her best to make sure that Chloe was comfortable during the whole session. Before starting the ritual, Yumiko served us ryokan, a traditional sweet she had made herself. Yumiko says she uses whatever seasonal ingredient she finds to make her sweets. The sweetness of the ryokan is meant to counterbalance the bitterness of the matcha. Then it was time to start the ritual of the tea ceremony. First, Yumiko did a demonstration, while Marika explained in English each of the steps and tools she was using.
Bring out the tea container.
A traditional tea ceremony is a meticulous ritual which can take up to 3 or 4 hours. It involves strict control of your body, emotions, and senses, and is akin to a type of Zen meditation where the ritual takes its roots. The pace of the tea ceremony is slow. Each movement is clearly calculated and carefully executed. Each movement respects a predefined order and serves a specific purpose. Yumiko, our host, starts by purifying the utensils. This step is not about hygiene, it is about intention. As she slowly cleans each object in front of us, the movements signal a transition from the outside world into a shared, mindful space. Every gesture is deliberate and unhurried, reminding each of us to let go of distractions and be fully present. By purifying the utensils in view, she shows respect for both the tools and her guests, establishing trust, calm, and a sense of quiet harmony before the tea is made. Next, Yumiko begins to prepare the tea by pouring water in a cup with matcha in it. The preparation of the tea represents harmony between the host, the guests, and nature. The measured scoops of matcha, the sound of the whisk, and the rising steam reflect balance and simplicity. Nothing is rushed or embellished. Each movement exists only to serve the moment. As the tea comes together, it becomes a quiet expression of care, showing that something simple, when done with attention and respect, can become deeply meaningful. Yumiko spins her bamboo whisk 100 times exactly before the tea is ready. She turns the bowl counterclockwise twice, serving the tea with a beautiful pattern painted on the bowl facing her guests. This is a symbol of respect and hospitality for us, her guests.
I press this tea ball for you at first. So here is an etiquette before drinking tea. So you consider other guests. You say to the next guest in Japanese, "Osaki ni." Osaki means excuse me going ahead of you.
Okay.
And then you say to the host, "Thank you for making tea. Please say Japanese." お手前ちょうだいいたします。
どうぞごゆっくり。
So take the tea ball with the right hand. Place on the left palm. Just support like this. At first, raise the tea ball. That means appreciate. And on the palm, turn the tea ball clockwise twice. A little bit. 1, 2. And then from here, you can drink the tea. Please enjoy.
It's really good.
おいしい。
Really good here.
おいしいとおっしゃってます。So like this, host prepare the different patterns, different types of pottery for each guest. So now you consider the both guests, he and me. So you say to him, he already enjoyed, so you say, お商売いたします。
お商売いたします。
That means I will join you. And to me, お先。
お先に。
And to the host, you say to お手前
お手前
ちょう
ちょ
だい
うだい
いた
いたし
しま。
ますす。お手前ちょうだいいたします。
どうぞごゆっく
Take
り。
the tea ball with the right hand, place on the left palm, just appreciate, and turn clockwise to a little bit twice. And then please enjoy.
I have to show this
Yes.
towards the guest.
Ah, no, no.
No?
This way. Just that. This way. No
This
need
way,
to
okay?
This way. This way. No need. So usually when the host serves the tea, guest knows I have to go there and take the tea. Today I just help for you, but usually as a guest close to this place. And take the tea bowl on the left palm and go back my place. I place this tea bowl between me and my guest, before guest. So I say to you, お商売いたします and place in front of me. So I say to the host, お手前ちょうだいいたします Take the tea bowl. Appreciate. I see the beautiful front here. I hesitate to drink from the front, so clockwise. Front go this direction. I drink from this place. I make the slapping sound that I enjoy your tea. It's a conversation. And then wipe this place. Then turn the table counterclockwise. I see the beautiful front again. Sometimes, as a guest, I want to appreciate the table, so place the outside of the edge. Just keeping the low place. I see this beautiful table. So this is all manner as a guest.
After this, it was practice time. We each took our turn in preparing tea and serving each other. Chloe was obviously too young to appreciate matcha, but Marika and Yumiko made sure not to make her feel left out. Yumiko was so kind that she gave her children's candies instead. Chloe was so thrilled to taste a new kind of flavor. So, was the private experience worth it compared to the standard $30 ticket? Well, if you just want to taste matcha and take a selfie in a kimono, the commercial spots are fine. But if you want to connect with locals and gain a deeper understanding of the art, to me, having a local tea master welcome my child with origami and to actually be able to take our time to slow down without a group of tourists waiting in line, this was priceless. But what about you? Would you pay the extra money for a private experience like this? I'm genuinely curious. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I've left the direct link to WAC Japan in the description. But listen, booking a tea ceremony is only part of the puzzle. If you want to avoid other big tourist traps in Kyoto, you need to know where the locals actually go. Click this video right here, where I reveal the hidden gems of Kyoto that most tourists walk past. I'll see you over there. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave me a thumbs up and to share this video with your loved ones. This tells the YouTube algorithm to suggest me to more people like you, and it helps spread Yumiko's business to more people. Please make sure to subscribe and to hit that bell button to never miss any future uploads. I have plenty more exciting Japan content coming up soon that you won't want to miss. And if you'd like to support this channel, I'll leave a link to my PayPal account in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, happy travels!